Chuck,
What's that?
Wade is not going to be here, so we're just going to go through the information, but we can't pass the minutes or anything.
Okay, yeah, I know I can't make a motion or vote, so we'll do everything but anytime we have to make a motion. Okay, we'll have roll call, Brian.
You gonna record?
Huh?
You're not recording that.
Oh, hold on, Chuck. I gotta get over here and let's see. I got it. There we go. Okay. Roll call. Keller,
Present.
McCreary,
President.
and Cosgray is absent.
And then for the record, Chuck is present but remote. We don't have a quorum, so.
So you can't count this meeting, Mayor, you're saying?
Correct.
Okay, so,
So that's what I'm saying. We can't pass anything. But you can still go through the agenda and Brian can give us the financial updates and everything. Debbie and Darla are both here as well, so that they'll have that information. And then the next meeting, hopefully we can pass, but we can at least get the information so that we're not 3 months behind.
okay. Well, Brian, give us your information in.
Okay. Let's see. Where am I at? Here. Okay. January. I forgot. I've got 2 months worth here.
Yeah.
So in January, we end up with a balance of $2,464,762.65. Outstanding checks were $9,257.37, and we had deposits transits of $1128.22, and for the check register for January, we wrote $260,674.93 worth of checks. The 22,169 was for the purchase of a police cruiser. Can't remember where that was at. Yeah,
I was going to ask about that, but that's the one we get the money back from the school on.
no,
That's ours, not the pass-through one. Okay.
no. This is that.
Those, I think ours came from Michigan.
Yes. Well, yeah, there was a couple that came from Michigan, I believe. Yeah, this is not school related. This is the one that the chief had budgeted. He was going to get a loan as well, and we budgeted for 2 vehicles. Well, he found some where he didn't have to take out a loan, so we paid for them.
Okay.
There was one. That's one of them.
And we had that in the police budget where we won't have to reappropriate or add appropriations.
That is correct. Yes, and then if you look on page 2, there's the other one. He bought another for Craig and Landreth Cars Inc. for $12,589.50. So those were the 2 cruisers that he bought that are school related.
Okay.
The Park National $26,000 check was paying the 3 loans for the service trucks. South Central was under 10 grand in January. I don't see anything else unless you guys saw anything on the check register side for January.
That's really good.
Stuff was still in auto and everything.
Well, we wasn't auto because we had to do those claims. We did those, but we kind of reduced. It basically reduced energy consumption of the pumps that we have out there.
Okay.
And we was $6,900 was the electric bill from 11,000 down to 6,900. So substantial,
Would you know more about electricity than me?
it was a substantial cost savings, but
So when you get that cost, that's the actual usage. Not the carrier. Because when Brian uses the amount that has all the carrier fees on it.
yeah, because he just gives me a copy of electric bill for the last month.
Yeah, because well, when I get to it, I'll point that one out. The South Central's even lower in February, so,
Yeah, those are the main factors right now, so.
So at the end of February, we end up with a balance of $2,556,940.08. We had outstanding checks of 44,000, not 596, and one deposit in transit credit card for utility bills. We wrote $301,776.15 in checks last month. We paid BK Lair 8,900. That was, and then 45,000. It was those two checks there for the force main project. We did get reimbursed for. We already got that money back already. The 8,900 was for we had to buy a.
It's Circle K for the home. That was the tap.
Yes.
And Circle K will give us a check for the run home.
Mm-hmm. South Central was just above 7,000 last month.
Probably means about 5,000 in actual usage. Carrier distribution fees.
Yeah, and there was there it is. Warwood Amateur, that was 30,000. That was for
That's a blow.
that's for a blower that we ordered last year. That was carried over this year. That PO was carried over. And then Merchants Bank of 33,000 interest on the bonds.
What was it, 30,213 for?
That was a blower at the wastewater plant.
Oh, okay, blower. I couldn't catch what all you said. Okay.
Yeah.
A blower for the wastewater plant that was ordered last year and it just came in last month or whatever.
I think it was I'm pretty sure that 30,000 was the blower and 3 mixers.
Okay.
Combination of the two made that 30,000.
But all of those water
It
plants.
was all at the plant, yes.
Okay.
It was all replacement.
Those were charged against current year those were charged against last year's appropriations. Those are one of those carryover purchase orders. If you look at the finance report, interest in Star Ohio was $2,027 in January and $1,924 last month. Probably because it's a shorter month. Rita distributed to us $90,545 in January and $102,774 last month.
That puts us well above last year.
Yes, well, yeah, but this month I just got the final statement today. Well, tomorrow we're getting paid again tomorrow for the March. March is, I'm going to let you know now, March is only 72,000, but still we're 25% ahead of last year right now. It's still above what it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How far above we
Yeah.
Is that just because they're doing better at collecting now? Do you know?
I don't know.
Man, I don't want
Jinx.
to. I don't want to throw a rock at a hornet's nest or anything. It's for years it's gone up and down. The last couple of years, it's each year they've been getting better and better.
They seem to be, but and I know that this is, they've asked me to, they haven't yet, but they suggest that we do one of those audit things again this year, which it's been 3 years since we've done that. I'll probably sign up for that again this year. I don't know. I can try to find out what's going on, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. If I knew the answer, I'd let you know.
If I were on Rita, would it be, I know we talked about it a couple meetings ago where they come in every now and then.
That's what I'm talking about, that audit thing.
Yeah, where they come in,
Mhm.
because I know, I heard from a couple of people that they did last month file against people that hadn't paid like from 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Okay.
So they filed some small claims in Lancaster.
Yes, I get notified of that.
Yeah. So I don't know if that can factor in, if they do that sooner rather than later, and some of those people can also rectify their issues as well as others that might not realize that they have them or have the questions.
Yeah, I get notified when they're taking people to court down in Lancaster, and
They didn't file a lot, it's like what, a dozen or so?
the last few, I get them about every 3 months. Hey, we're going to file this with Lancaster Municipal Court, and I take a look at it in case I get a phone call here. I like if someone's calling in, I like to know if I can put a name to this. Yeah. I get that about every 3 months. They're taking these people, and I think I just got one last month. I think it was.
Yeah.
And one before that was in October. So they do it at least quarterly. They take people to court if they're, and it must be the extreme part where these people aren't reaching out to them and, probably blowing them off or whatever.
But yeah, they'll come in and do that audit thing and sit in there a couple of days, so residents come in and ask questions.
I don't know what they'll do now. I mean, the last time they were in here was during COVID, and I think they did it off-site. I don't know how they'll do it this year, but when I get that email, I'll tell them, give them the go-ahead on that. Appropriation status, February. 17% is is where we should be, and right now, all the major funds are below that.
Well,
revenue-
yeah, general fund getting pretty close to just right on the.
Well, that's because of, that's most of the majority of that is due to the police cruisers that were bought.
Okay.
Which are primarily being reimbursed for.
No, we're not getting,
Oh, these are for the development.
and revenue status, all other revenues, both, the only one below, contracts for police, that's, well, I know the schools reimburse us, so I mean, that's about where it should be right now. I know it should be 17%, but I know Pleasantville's paid, Thurston's paid. I invoiced the school for the last quarter of 2022, and they paid for that in January or February. They've already reimbursed us for the cars. That was back in December. But that's down a little bit, but that's about where we should be. Of course, next month you'll see income tax came in. And also, I forgot to tell you that one too. That's another thing. Our budget got increased a little bit by the County Budget Commission. Based on the triennial update, they increased property tax collections as well as rollback and homestead. That didn't, and the Budget Commission just said, hey, you're gonna get more money. So I increased, I think it was another 29,000 in revenues for the general fund. In combination of between property tax revenues and rollback and homestead.
Yeah, I just seen in the paper the other day where the governor, if he gets a tax cut, property tax probably going up on everybody. I kind of an article about that I seen. So. And
And then
one of them was he wanted to do away with was the homestead cut, getting that percentage cut. I mean, that's all talk right now.
Well, the increase was because of the triennial update that they do every 6 years. That's what they called it. And they just handed me the administrative certificate and highlighted the property tax and rolled back and said, went up to this. And I've just modified the budget accordingly.
Okay,
Is that our legislation?
Hmm?
Or to increase that, or you just added it, we haven't appropriated it yet,
Yeah, I have not appropriated.
we just have it available in unappropriated funds.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, on the appropriations report, should be at 17%, and there's street lighting at 18% right now. Although the bills have gone down each month, January, February, and this month. So hopefully that'll level off and we'll get some savings somewhere along the line.
That reminds me, 'cause we got street lights, and we want the LED lights. And you don't have a contacted date, or you do?
I do, and they said we are scheduled for that for next year as they replace.
Okay.
Transition, yeah, when they start doing repairs, they'll just replace, and that's on the 24th.
Okay,
They've got us slated for 24th.
okay. Good.
I think they have done a couple already.
Well, because I'm familiar somewhere else where they were doing some street projects and they were going to replace them, and that municipality said, no, you're not putting them back in unless they're LEDs. And now they have a really nice directional LEDs that come down. So even if they're in front of a person's house, it doesn't shine at their house, but it spreads over the sidewalk and it looks really nice. And I was going to try to share some ways to get that project manager's information, but we're slated for
We're slated
2024.
for 24 is what I was told, because I asked about going ahead and doing it. And kind of got shut down.
As long as we're on the list.
Yes,
And in the next couple of years.
we are.
Yeah, so if you look at the general fund, you're at 18% street lighting, and as you can see, capital outlay there is at 90%, so 91%. So the police cruisers that were purchased in January is affecting the percentage for the general fund.
But we'd only budgeted 46, and that's most of it, so that's not gonna change the rest of the year for the most part.
Right. And that also included in that cost is the chief had some work done on and so forth. So. All right, that's all I've got, Chuck. Unless you have any questions on any of these reports.
I don't. Anybody else have any questions?
I do not.
Well, hearing none, we can't do anything like you say, so I guess we'll just have to wait till next month. We got what, 3 months? We're gonna have to bring the council in and get them signed in. Okay, you have 2 months, February and March. So, and by that time, I'll be home next month, so I hope that we can get everything caught up in. Our next meeting will be April the 10th.
Hold on, Chuck. Hold on.
Oh,
Hey,
Hold on.
one thing you may not be aware of, I think the rest of the council is, we had an issue with the roof on this building. I passed out a picture that we had some slate fly off the top of the building last Tuesday, Wednesday, or this Tuesday, last Tuesday, Thursday. It damaged the red car. So we've actually blocked off the sidewalk and the parking lot until we get the roofer here. So the best weather you can get, I think it's gonna be tomorrow. So I'm hoping to see him tomorrow. It did $1,800 in damage to the car and about $1,700 to is what would cost us to get the roof replaced, repaired. So do we want to take that and turn in on insurance? Just want to just pay for it.
You mean on the car?
The car and the building. We can turn as one claim because it'd be the building insurance would take care of both.
But we have a deductible,
Of
I
$1,000.
believe, of $1,000. So
Each separately? If it was the same as the building does it, because the building damage caused the car.
Yeah.
So if it's under that, it would be $1,000 for both. And we're looking at just what, 3,500?
3,500. Yeah.
we just want to bring it up. Is it worth taking to the insurance company? I mean, we did a sizable claim last year for the
Yeah.
lightning strike.
Right. Yes, we
Are you
did.
saying you don't want to increase our claims?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just pay this out of pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why.
I assume we have enough appropriated to cover these out of the two.
Do we really have a quote on the roof yet?
yes, we did.
What damage did it do to the car?
I think the hood's gotta get replaced and repainted in the fender. I think the fenders are terrible, but the hood is not.
Just a gouge on
Yeah, it's a deep gouge.
To fix the roof, yes. To repair the car, no.
That's just a rough estimate.
I mean,
So are they just going up there and inspecting it for loose tiles?
No, that's what the picture is. I mean, that's what they did. That was the initial thing, and then they're gonna come back, they give us a quote for, so that's right, it's $1,700 to
Yeah,
do
I
these
think we wanted
repairs.
to inspect the entire roof for loose tiles while they're up there and
Yeah.
fix that outside of an insurance.
Cause they're thinking,
Maybe almost need to be proactive on the whole roof.
yeah, cause well, when we got up there, like I said, it was not a great day to be up there, number one. So that's $1,650, and I didn't have them bring a quote.
Are they bringing a lift in? Or-
I think they're working right off the roof. Yeah, $1,650, there's nowhere to bring a lift, cause the lift costs that much for a day. But there you can see in that picture, there's a few more that's loose. Now, most of the ones that you see there all come off the bottom. And they said typically, like, they always use copper nails in those. And they're hoping that's what was there to be easy to repair. And we did have another piece come down Friday after we closed the sidewalk.
That's the final estimate, or when they get up there, is there a chance?
You know that when they get up there, there's a good chance. When they get up there, actually doing
You
repairs.
can see.
Because they're walking around and they're
Looking for,
Yeah. So,
right.
yeah, that's,
You can't see from down here what's going on.
yeah, you can. There's a few of them that you can see it's moved.
But if it's just one here and there, I can't see it going
Yeah, usually
much
it's just like the
higher.
nail moved, the nail on that tile missed the board, like there's gaps between the boards. And so that one probably never really had anything over.
Right.
90% of them were securely fastened.
So do I see that 1,700 going to 2,000? Yeah, I
But it
do.
wouldn't make everybody in general. If it was
It'd be worth it
maintenance.
while they're up there to fix it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's just what we want to bring in, you know. So we want to turn on insurance on Mike Bryan, it's $1,000. If we do turn on insurance, and we already had a hefty claim.
It's $3,500. $4,000.
4,000, yeah.
If we don't. We got it, I don't think.
So,
To pay it, yeah.
and then one other thing I wanted to bring up, get you guys' feelings on, this was not included in the budget last year, or for this year, I mean. But Tim's in desperate need of a new mower. It's $12,000, and one needs some guidance from
I'm sorry, you know,
new mower,
Zero turn.
zero turn mower.
I think the newest one's 8 or 10 years old.
no, we just got one
Yeah, we just got one.
last year.
No, that was like 4 years, 3 years
It
ago.
was 2 years ago.
This is the oldest one, right?
Yeah, that's the oldest one we're gonna replace, but we got a new one 2 years ago.
But I wasn't aware we needed a new mower, and Tim, hey, you put this in the budget? I'm like, no. So I,
We're seeing it on the budget,
no,
No, it
no,
was
it
not.
was not.
which we did budget starting in October and no one was done. so-
And Tim was gone.
Tim was gone.
And that was, he was
And so
gone.
the mower's in the back of the garage until, hey, we need to get it going for this year.
So,
And that would actually come out of parks. And-
it comes out of cemetery, it comes out of parks, it comes out
But we just.
water and sewer. I mean, well, yeah, because they mow out the water plant, sewer plant, the police department, and we're talking 4 or 5.
It comes with a multiple.
So we're doing 6 funding sources, we're basically adding $2,000 of appropriations across 6 different
Yes.
money lines. Do you need a motion? for-
Well, we can't, I just wanted to get some feeling. I mean, you can't really,
Can't do anything in finance.
Yeah, it's true. We can't do a motion out of finance, but council could do one later.
there you go.
If that's the case, and then that way at least we can get started, because if we're appropriating, Jeff will have to do legislation.
Right.
Or at least that way they know they can start looking for one.
I think he got locked in on a price and they're just,
Yes, we're guaranteed a price. I got the quote.
yeah,
We didn't, last time
we just guaranteed a price and it went up $1,500.
it went up. I'm like, so this time I told Tim, I said, I want it in writing.
If you've got that in writing, then at council, we can just have council make a motion if council wants to go ahead and get started on that, and Jeff can do the legislation to do the appropriation change for the next meeting.
That's all I got now, Chuck.
Okay, anybody else have anything in finance to bring up? Okay, the meetings is adjourned where we really didn't have a meeting, so this is over. And our next meeting, I said, was April the 10th, 6 o'clock.
Good deal. Yes, I did before you have a waited one, try to make it.
Yeah, it's like I pulled the right folder. Reedy,
Yes.
Schaffner,
Yes.
Foreman.
Present.
Yeah, we're here. And we also have the mayor, we have Durandy attending, the police chief, the interim DA, and Ryan, the fiscal officer present.
And Chuck remote.
And Chuck on Zoom, yes, sorry, Chuck.
Oh,
Approval of the minutes of the January ninth.
Foreman makes a motion, we approve as written.
One second. Schaffner seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Good. We don't have any visitors present. The employee evaluation form. Evaluation. I don't exactly know what we're talking about here. Is it the ones that we have been going through? Or is it the VA? Is it the VA is the next
I think
one?
we're waiting on the VA
To do that.
to.
Yeah, the employee evaluation form is, and it's something
Right.
Terry had tried to start years ago.
Yes.
Our evaluation form is not,
To do.
it's boilerplate, but it doesn't fully recognize the
Correct.
width and the breadth of the different job descriptions. And I think what her hope was to have, your key core fundamentals that you evaluate on, but then also work on the specifics for the different areas. Because it's hard to, in certain things, say, compare Missy to Dylan outside of the core fundamentals and how they're doing something. So I think that is what she.
So really, we need to wait for the next year.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Finally, the VA job description. First, I have a thing about it. Well, I thought we
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, we have an existing VA job description. So yeah, we want to hold off until that is finalized.
Okay. And the second thing on old business, your position. Comments?
Sent out an email with the appointment over the weekend, if we want to do an executive session, he's around, so we can do that this afternoon, this evening.
Is he supposed to be here at a certain time?
No, because he's on duty doing field training with one of the last officers, so he's around. I told him what we would do is, because we start at 7:30. Of course, if we had time now, call him in now, but for Wade, but said he might make it to council. We'll call him in. But I told him, if we start at 7:30, look at the agenda, give him a 10-15 minute ETA, and then he should be able to break away and get here.
And what is it that we're expecting to do? You have proposed it. we need to go on executive and interview him at that time?
Council can do what it wants. All the revised code says is I make an appointment, council has to approve it.
Correct.
So if you want to go into an executive session and have an interview, you can do that. Have a discussion, you can do that. If you don't want to do any of that and just have a vote on it, you can do that.
And that will be in the council meeting or now?
Yeah, do we want to discuss in a public meeting without the candidate here? Or do we discuss an executive session without the candidate here? And then do we want to do the same with the candidate? I guess I'm uncertain as to whether we want to just talk about it now here in a public meeting or wait until executive.
So when you're talking personnel, that's an executive
Right.
session thing. You just can't make decisions. So if you're going to talk certain things, you can do that in executive. But you can do that now in rules can go into executive session if it wants.
You want to go into executive session to discuss like how we feel about it now, so that we may either take a vote now or.
We'd have to come back to council.
Well, yeah.
Come back to council. You can. Chuck's here. I don't, like I said, Blake said he's trying to make it, but rules can go in. Like I said, yeah, rules can go in.
I'd like to go to executive session.
Do we want to keep everybody in here now, or do we want to change who's attending?
That is purely council's decision.
I just brought it up. I mean, there are other people who work in the village who are here. And we're not. We're an executive, so nothing leaves the room anyway, whether they stay or not. Right. Okay. So I make a motion, we move to executive session with people present.
I'm a roll call on it.
Okay. Foreman,
Yes.
Schaffner, Reedy.
Yes.
All right, so here's how we'll do this.
Yeah, what do we do?
Brian, stop or pause recording.
Well, as soon as I get my, there we go. I can do Alt-P. Of course, there we go. What?
And then on YouTube.
It didn't work.
Hang on, you're still recording.
Does Chuck realize that we're going in? Chuck, you realize we're going into executive?
Why is it still recording?
Are you there, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you realize?
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. And then because you still have Chuck remote, just stop the live stream.
How do you stop the live stream?
Go up to YouTube at the top.